What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. We're going up and it's because of you. And for that, I'm humbled, right? Today I got the big eye. You know what I mean? Eye on slouch. It's too early in the morning for this shit. But look. You know, I was asked a question again in my live, and so I must answer. And the question was, how is it using drugs in prison? You know, what happens? I can tell you right now, a whole lot of wild shit happens, right? Depending upon the drug that you use, it's probably one of the worst things you can do while incarcerated. I advise people, man, to go in there, do their time, get in the groove of things, keep their shit on exorcist, on swivel, and pay attention to your program. But when you start to indulge in gambling and drugs and extracurricular activities, well, there's going to be more extracurricular activities that happen to you because of it. As a result of drug use, man, a lot of people succumb to the madness of prison and they don't make it out on their date, right? They either get whacked, removed, beat up, fucked, all kinds of different things can happen to them. You know, I'm going to tell you some stories right now about some individuals that just didn't make it, right? Now, one thing about drug use in prison is if you're chemically dependent on the streets, if that's what you were into, that is your fucking opportunity and your chance to get away from it. But it's there. You know, it's there. It might be a little bit more expensive for a paper, but it is there. And if you know, somehow, some way find your way to it, well, guess what, homie? It's even uglier than on the streets. On the streets, you could run somewhere. You could wiggle. You can get away. In prison, there's no getting away. Especially from the people that you're dealing with, because they're not playing. Drug use is like the number one thing in there. And if you can't pay or play, then they're going to get you out the way. And that's just what it is. So there was this one individual and he gets there. And the funny thing is he has the same name as me, Gunner, right? And I remember when he first got there, you could tell somebody who has a little bit of money about themselves in prison. You could just tell. I was like, fucking look at this about to got money, man. Nice shoes, creased up pants. So obviously someone in R&R knows this cat or they're taking care of him because he got that bag. He's got that money. And they have a certain swag to them when they have money on the yard. When someone gets to prison and they're walking with their fucking chest out, but there's like a certain sway and swag to them, you could tell, hey, this Valta's going to get utilized. This Valta right here, he got a little bit of paper. Sure enough, right? He was a youngster. And he had mommy and daddy taking care of him quite well because Canteen, full draw. Canteen again, full draw. His first package, and this is how you know. Usually your first package is going to be your biggest package in prison. And what is a package for those that are from different countries and don't know? Every quarter in the California system, you're able to get a package. It used to be packages sent in from the streets, but they killed that shit. Drugs fucked that all up, right? So now it's you order from certain places like Walking Horse or Union Pack Supply or Access. These are different things where you can go. There's catalogs. You can fill them out, send it to the streets, your list, and your people can pay the bill. And boom, you'll get a package every quarter. Every quarter is every 4 months. And people look forward to these packages because there's things in these packages that you can't get on the canteen, on the commissary slip, right? So people get their little extra zoos and whams and you know, the Woods are like, brother, they don't fucking sell Taster's Choice on Canteen. But they do in the package. So everyone always wants a little package situation going on. And usually, you know, if you don't have people on the streets, the best thing to do is try to knock you a fat girl, man, that, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to do something because she's a little too something, right? And it'll be all good. I used to get packages infrequently, right? Because I didn't have people looking out for me on the streets. I never had that. I had a hustle in there, and sometimes you tell people, hey, look, I'll drive you a little card, I'll do whatever, but I don't want commissary, I want package items because you can order extra special shit. So anyways, this guy, fat package, and you always know the first package is the fattest package. Valta got his TV, brand new sweats, wife beaters, new J's, right? He was doing his thug thizzle. I said, okay, this guy got money. But what goes up in life always must come down, right? Or what goes down, you start from the bottom, now you're there, like a Drake song, right? You go up. So anyways, this Valto Gunner, I remember we used to be hella cool. Like, hey, what's up, bro? We were dorm living. So we were living in the gym at this particular time. And what they used to do is they would mount, like a mount it was like a special frame that they would put at the end of your bed for those that had TVs. Because usually if you didn't have a TV, you could just watch the ones in the day room, but you had to watch what everybody else was watching. And sometimes it could get extra tricky. You know, if you didn't want to watch Soul Train that day, if you didn't want to watch fucking Esmeralda, the novela, right? It could get real fucking tricky. But they had these little frames at the end of your bed, and once your TV was clamped and locked in and they inscribed it, the TV wasn't going nowhere. That was you and yours forever, okay? Watch what happens, right? So this guy gets there and he's having money and everyone flocks to him. His particular group, he wasn't from my group, but his group flocks to him because he's that one. And he's fucking making burritos for everyone and he's getting used. He doesn't see it. I see it. It's like, look, they're only fucking with this guy because he got money. Because if he didn't, he was the type of vato that'd kick him in his ass and put a kick me sign on his back. Just one of those goofies, right? But thought he was gang. So anyways, he gets there. He's a youngster, man. He's embraced. His homies are fucking chilling with him. And he gets introduced to the spoon. Okay? He introduced, hey, like Wes Watson said, he was off that good white, brother. Right? He got introduced to that good white. And his life changed tremendously. I seen little by, not even little by little, lotta by lotta, right? I seen that vato fuck no more shoes. He was in the bubble gums. Pants were all high watered and tight as fuck. He was wearing TikTok pants around there. I mean, I don't know if he started sucking chorra, but he was doing a lot of shit. His locker was hollow. Gunner. His shit was hollow as fuck. He was walking around with one soup like Little Wazelle from fucking Friday. He was a crackhead, right? It was all bad. This vato went all the way to the point where he busted that frame so he could take that TV out, take it to the yard, and sling it to somebody. Bad situations, right? I think he started asking his family for so much money, they cut him off. The vato was walking around sucking on his thumb with tight pants on. It was bad. All because he chose to get involved in drugs. Now, what saved him from getting whacked was he had money coming in from the streets until they cut him off. So he was able to facilitate some type of payment to the people that are sitting there like this. Bro, you're going to break mines off. But he got lucky. But again, that was one of the times that I seen a vato fucking really have it and drugs ruin his life. And people will start doing anything for a paper. Okay, when I say a paper, those that have been incarcerated, they know exactly what a paper is. We're not going to go into detail because I'm not trying to fuck the game up. But let's just say he was fucking processing the fucking whatever he had to do for some paper. We're not talking about paperwork. Eventually, man, I left that place. And when I left, like I said, that vato was fucking in the corner doing wild shit behind curtains with people for fucking drogas. So that was just a perfect example of what could happen. Now, I get placed in a different prison. Drugs are rampant. It doesn't stop. Doesn't matter what facility you go to, from a level 1 to a level 4, there's going to be some type of usage. It's just what people do. A lot of people get high in prison because they're trying to forget the streets, or they're just trying to have a good time and fun with their homeboys. I actually was when I was out of state, I would see all these woods, brother. They would get all kinds of fucking pills and put them together and make fucking a cocktail. Didn't even know what they were taking. Just fuck it. Let's go. Right? They'd be all staggering around. They're all drunk. And the one thing you hate to see is people all fucking inebriated, all high, because that's when drama starts. Usually when people are high or people are drunk in prison, they get a little fucking brave, homes, and then they get deflated like a flat tire. Someone has to pop their fucking balloon. It happens all the time. So anyways, I get to this prison, and what they started to do was, if they had no room in the cells, they fucking literally put bunks in the day room. You were on Front Street status like a motherfucker, sitting there in the day room trying to watch Big Brother on the TV, and everyone's looking at you. You don't know if there's a chirujo in the back jacking off to you. It was all bad. So you had to pull your calzones up whenever you slept because it could get ugly. So I was in one of those overflow beds, hoping that the homeboy could facilitate me into a cell. Get me in a cell, bro. They're over here fucking, it's wild over here, bro. I could have swore last night I seen fucking a dude eating cucarachas. It was fucking, it's like a whole bunch of J-cats out there. Well, where I was at, they had, all these woods were there. There was about 8 or 9 of them that stepped in that bunk area. And again, you can't choose your bunk area. They put you wherever you're at. But they were staying getting high, right? They used to party at night, and I didn't give a fuck, man. I throw my little earmuffs on and go to sleep, put the little towel around my eye. It was what it was, the t-shirt. But one day, it's count time. And what they wanted you to do during count is usually sit up on your bunk. Now, I was a new cop, and this cop didn't really trip, man. It was kind of just like if you're laying down, you just want to see your eyes blink a little bit, right? I would hit him like this. I'd hit him with the dikembe. No, no, no. He'd walk by. But one day he walks by, and I'm not tripping, man. We were getting ready to go out to yard. It was count time, and we're gonna go to chow and then yard, right? So I'm sitting up on my bunk, and I didn't notice shit because, again, man, I was aware, but I wasn't trying to be all up in everyone's business. Because, you know what I mean? There's plenty of times fucking where vatos are fucking getting dressed real quick and a chorra falls out. You're like, fuck, about to bust in my eye, right? That's what sucks with dorm living or living around in a close proximity to other men. You're probably gonna see some shit you don't want. Plus, when they fart, ooh wee. Have you ever smelled a white man fart? It's different. Okay, so anyways, they're over there farting and shit. Anyways, I'm kicking back on my bunk, and all of a sudden I hear the cops screaming, help, men down, men down. Now, usually they say man down. But when he said men down, there was a little something different. So as I looked, there's 8 dudes laid out on their bunks, and they ain't waking up. All kinds of cops come in. We have to get on our bunks. People are fucking all looking at the cell. Now you really feel like you're on Front Street, right? All 8 of these dudes were dead. Okay? Now, what I mean with dead, there's a different type of dead when you do heroin, right? They can bring you back. There's a lot of guys you'll meet that be like, yeah, I died on the yard, bro, but I'm back, right? I'm like, how the fuck that work? Says, okay, you're a miracle, eh? These guys, they hit them with Narcan, all kinds of different things, and they come back, right? But they literally die. These guys, a couple of them never came back. A few of them fucking came back with balls hanging. That's some good shit, right? Literally. Guess what happened in prison? You heard it, you said it, fill it up with unleaded. The first thing that people spoke on when they came out, whenever they cleared bodies and took dudes that had SAG and medical and figured it all out, when we came off of the lockdown the next day, because they put us on 24-hour lockdown, when we came off lockdown, the first thing vatos were saying on the yard is, damn, bro, that was some good shit. Who got it? Who got it? Everybody wants to do the same shit they did, even though they died on it. Oh, no, bro, I know how to use it. They're new to this shit. I'm true to this shit, right? Everybody wants that good stuff, that good. Drugs is a crazy thing. There was another situation, man, where I could tell you where drugs are just fucking horrible for people that can't handle it. Here's the thing. If you can't pay, you don't play in prison. If you don't have the feria, Holmes, they're going to max you out one time for your mind, right? So there was a guy, he was kind of an older gentleman in his late 50s, and he was the high guy. The guy that was always on the yarda just fucking spun out of his mind. Either on, he was on some type of dope. He'll take anything. Hey, what is that? Oh, fuck, it's an ibuprofen, bro. I have a headache. Oh, my bad, right? One of them guys. So he started to, little by little, slowly but surely, have that notorious fucking reputation of someone that will just buy everything on the yard, right? And he was working PIA. And let me explain PIA. The prison industries, right? People that be making the jeans and the shit they sell on the streets and whatever else they were doing. I never got to work PIA. I didn't have it like that, right? But these guys were getting paid more than, say, a porter. As a porter, someone who sweeps, we was getting like $1 an hour. We weren't even getting $1. We were getting like 34 cents an hour. These vatos were making like $1, $2 an hour. So they had fat checks at the end of the month. They had 100, 150, whatever. They were building their money up. So you always knew the PIA workers that they thought their shit didn't stink. They were on that yard with a big old sack of Canteen walking around like, yeah, dude, motherfucker, I'm PIA. Like it was a gang or something, right? But we all looked at him like socas, like, hey, bro, you're lucky you're back there. We had a couple homeboys that were back there and shit, but they used to look out for everyone. But some of them vatos, they used to act like their fucking caca was just going, like the Pope blessed it. Like fucking, that shit was fucking manufactured at the Bohemian Grove. Really, right? So at first, that vato was like that. One of them dudes that walk around and, get fucking buy, and he would start buying everybody's shit. Whatever fucking dope came in, he was on that, right? Well, he started stretching himself too thin. His fucking Chicano credit card, didn't work, and they had to fucking throw the reverse on him. Hey, they had a Mino Chistoso for him on Indiana Street. Hey, puro ricochet, right? Because I'm going to tell you what they did. They hit him with the ricochet. This vato started to owe the woods, the natives, the blacks, the South, the North, anyone that he could fucking get his hands on. Because he was like a Mexican dude that kind of rolled with the South, but was not affiliated. I don't know what you call him. He was in a conundrum. He was a different type of dude. He was an old school convict that had been down a long time and just had a lot of respect. But he was going to lose it over drugs quickly. Okay, so come canteen time, he had a whole bunch of vatos waiting for him at the gate. Hey, homie, Where's my sack? Where's my shit? Now, I had a homeboy that was there doing life from my city. Homeboy that I knew from the streets. And he was not the one to be played with. He was a fool. He was a fucking hitter, right? But guess what, humps? This was a 50-50 yard, just so you guys know, right? This was a yard where the North Daniels were kind of cool with whoever we were cool with. We still functioned under our own thing, but we were cool with whoever. He knew he was a South Sider, okay? I knew him from the guys. He was doing 40 to life for a murder. And my baby mama married his brother after she was done with me. Sabes que she was a tirada anyways. Whatever, right? So I knew him from that. And so he used to pop it at me. And he was like, hey, bro. Hey, that Vato that's fucking in the gym with you, bro. That Vato owes me some money. Get that for me, Hums, and you can keep like 20 of it. And I was like, serio? And he was like, yeah, just don't tell my homeboys and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was like, city business. I was like, all right, cool. So I got at him. I was like, hey, bro, you know the homie Green? And I'm not going to say his whole name, but I was like, he was like, yeah. I said, yeah, you owe him like 170, bro. He said, just break me off whatever you can on the canteen and fucking we'll go from there. So he was like, little brother, right? He was like, I owe a lot of people, man. I said, I know you do, man. And that's why we're not pressing up on you. But, you know, Green don't play, bro. He's at the point. And the homeboy had told me, hey, look, bro, if this Vato fucking tries to play you out of pocket, doesn't want to give it up, tell me, bro, when he comes to the yard, I'm going to stab the shit out of him. Like, it was that serious. There was other Vatos that were already ready to kill this Vato. Put it like that. He was on his last legs. And he was all tweaked out, teeth falling out. He was like, bro, I don't know if I could pay because you got to understand at the same time, the way my payment game works. I was like, look, bro. He's like, you got any pills? Listen, bro. Just pay Green, bro, because I already know he's at that point of no return. I know this Vato. This Vato's a straight murderer, right? And he's like, all right, I got you. So Canteen Day comes, and I'm waiting right there with the few homeboys. I'm like, damn, what's this Vato going to do, bro? You know, I'm not trying to press the issue because it's really none of my business. I'm just trying to fucking do this little movida for the homie so he can get his shit. And we're out there, and this Vato goes to Canteen, and the homeboy Green was at work. He worked in the kitchen, so he wasn't able to be there. That's why I was collecting for him. This Vato came with a sack and just walked past everyone. There's dudes like, hey, bro, hey, they're saying his name, and he's walking hella fast to the gym, trying to hurry to get there. Fat motherfucker just wobbling, right? Looked like the Penguin from Batman Part 2, right? So the Vato fucking gets to the gym, and he's like, I go right up to him. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm going to need that. And he dumps all the items and just walks away from his bed, all sad and shit. Over there trying to fucking steal an aspirin from the desk, right? So I go through the shit, bam, 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 get the homeboy shit. A black dude comes walking by. He's like, hey, that motherfucker owe me. I said, he got you next canteen, bro. Spencer. So I gather all this shit up. And of course, I take the good zoozes and a couple jars of coffee, a few things that I'm going to go ahead and need, right? My little 20 right off the tiznot. And then I take it out to the homeboy. And the homeboy's like, hey, bro, this ain't even half of what he owes me. He owes me 170. It's like 80, 90 bucks. I said, minus my 20. He said, fuck that, bro. We're not going to count that. He owes me. We going to kill this dude. This guy truly was so spun out of his mind and knew that everybody wanted to get him. Everybody. And today was his day. I actually knew that today, that day he was going to get whacked on that yard. Okay, they weren't playing. They had crushers. Vatos were coming out to do bad things to him. So that night about 1 or 2 in the morning, right, which was the night before the day he was going to get whacked. He knew it. Everyone knew it. It was the talk of the town. Like, hey, tomorrow, hey, they're going to kill him tomorrow. Like, fuck, just like that. Imagine living like that or knowing that everyone on the yard wants to get you because you fucking were in the spoon too much. You didn't know how to handle your drug debt, right? It's crazy in prison. This Vato sharpened him up a little piece and waited till everyone fell asleep. And about 1 in the morning, I'm a light sleeper. I feel someone walk past me, so right? And this Vato's fucking walking by, just shuffling, bubble butt. And because he was a heavy set dude, and as he walks by, he pulled out a fucking little piece and just started whacking some dude. While the dude's sleeping, grabbed him by his greña. Dude had long hair. The next day, my hair was growing. The next day, I shaved it bald. Fuck that. He grabbed this fool by his hair and just started hitting him. Cops, hey, he did a PC move right in front of the cops so he could roll it up. And Vatos came to the yard. They're like, what happened, fool? I'm like, damn, that fool fucking whacked some dude, just a random motherfucker in his sleep. One of his own homies. They were like, yeah, fucking dude got lucky. He wiggled. Didn't care. The beat goes on. The dude that got whacked, whatever. The fucking dude, they were like, fuck it, bro. We'll catch up to him in another prison. The shit's going to follow him. You can't escape a drug debt. So many people roll it up, go to the SNY yards, PC, and they fall off over drugs because they can't handle their emotions. They're lost in emotion. It's fucked up, but it happens. People getting high in prison is some of the worst shit you'll see because they don't know how to act. They be all fucking tweaked out. You always knew, like in the gym when you're gym living, all the woods, brother, were on that good skante because they'd all be showering. As soon as the lights cut on, there'd be a whole bunch of woods in the shower with hard dick. You know, you just knew. You know, damn, that must be some good coffee, brother. You just don't know, right? Whole bunch of fucking men showering together at 5 a.m. with hard dicks. I just didn't get it, right? What part of the game that was? The drug game was different. Okay, so now I'm doing time at New Corcoran, C Yard, right? Active Yard. And Norteños were not supposed to indulge in drugs. Okay, what goes on in the cell, like Vegas, happens in the cell, stays in the cell. I knew Vatos were getting high. Vatos been getting high since Tracy. I ain't gonna lie, I did La Coca and Tracy. All this shit I talk about, we're not supposed to do drugs and I'm against it. I ain't gonna fucking lie. You know, my homeboy pulls up from my barrio and he was like, hey, this is some dead end express mail. And I fished my line out there. Next thing you know is a little fucking pelota of coca. And he was like, we're gonna stay up all night and fucking communicate. I was like, I told my cellie, hey, bro, what goes on in the cell stays in the cell. And he was like, well, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Just give me a gagger. So I understand, but I mean, we were locked in a cell in reception. Yeah, we shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have did it. I was a hypocrite like a motherfucker, but I did, right? And me and the homeboy chopped it up all night. And fucking me and the homeboy fucking ate half a sopa and we had the bubble guts. And that was just that. That was my only time ever doing any type of drug in prison. I was experimenting, right? That was it. But I'm at this prison, Corcoran, man, and there's a few homies getting high and shit. And I said, hey, this is going to wreck you, right? So anyways, there was a native cat there. This native cat had money. The type of money that if any fucking drug, anything hit on that yard, he needed a piece of that. He was always right there. Didn't matter if the Southerners hit, the Northerners hit, the Blacks, the Woods, brother. He needed his chunk right off the top, and he was good for his money. You know, if you went up to him, he said, how you want it? Canteen, package, fucking send out. You know, he'll send money to your books. Whatever you want, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got you. He was one of them cats. I don't know what happened, but they got him. Okay? He went head over heels for fucking Scante, and he started buying too much. And you could just see him on the yard, and everybody was scared that they weren't going to get paid. He was so tweaked out, he was going to get caught, because even the cops were like, stop doing drugs, right? He was all fucked up. And the native brothers was kind of like, hey, you know, get away from me. They didn't play that shit. You know, you're only as strong as your weakest link in prison. You're not going to make me look bad. Get the fuck away from me, boo butt, right? So this vato was he had the fucking itchies and the scratchies, right? And everyone was tripping like, hey, man, this fool's fucking, we think he's doing a little extra because he doesn't want to pay, right? Even though they knew he had the money, they were like more scared that he was going to get caught and get snatched up off the yard by the IGI, you know, because they be watching everything and he was going to leave with a whole bunch of dead. Vatos don't play about that. The drug game's real thick and it's real serious. Let's just say they did bad things to that dude. That dude got hit several times. And I remember, man, they were trying to say, oh, he got hit because he was fucking acting a fool and this and that. His own partners hit him, the natives. Yeah. I think it was because he was making them look bad. And hella people were upset with that. Like, hey, bro, you're going to have to take on his debt and shit. The shit doesn't stop. So getting high in prison is probably one of the worst things you can do. You know, because you think, hey, man, I just want to forget. But the people that are out there slinging on that yarda, taking that penitentiary chance, bro, to facilitate that shit inside, they have someone to answer to, homes. They have to fucking pay like they weigh. So believe me, it gets serious. I've seen so many people roll it up off the yards over drug debts. That's like the most common thing. Half those SNY yards are with guys over there and then they go to other prisons and they get high again. Vatos don't stop. You know, ain't nothing worse than a vato when he's fucking eating chow and his whole fucking tooth falls out on the tray. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, you want the salad? And his fucking tooth fell out. Like, nah, cool. I'm cool, bro. You know, I'm cool. I'll take the tomato, though. Fuck. It ain't close to the tooth. It's crazy. Anyways, with that being said, for the guy who asked me the question, you know, do people get high? What happens with drug addicts in prison? They usually get whacked or they roll it up. You know, there are vatos that are able to get high and then they get out like Chito Ranas did last time. Not this time. Remember last time? Hey, fuck, bro. I can't believe that I'm out. Hey, remember? Sasuke, fuck, hey. He was out. But his mind was in, right? And that's just ugly. You know, you could tell when a person is off that shit. Just because you go to prison doesn't mean if you're a real hardcore drug addict, you're going to find that shit. My Theo, he used to get there, he was a heroin addict. He used to get to prison. He used to be like, don't shit. The wind's blowing. I'm going to find that shit. That fool found it. It found him. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. I got a double Bangladesh coming up later on. A good one. This was just a serious one, right? This is about as serious as I can get. And you guys already know what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people and providing the best entertainment I can while I'm here on YouTube. Ooh-wee! Bang, bang.